Let's move. Let's get it. It's week 8. We're going to get loose. Life is good. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's week 8 in the NFL. It's going to start in roughly four-ish. Yeah, about 4 hours. It's going to be a fantastic week, and we're going to start out this video with some even more fantastic news, which comes from the NFL. There have been 0 new positive tests for week 8, which is a big thing for the NFL with all the mini outbreaks they had in Tennessee, New England, Raiders a little bit. It's been a bit iffy, but it's good to see that this week everybody's kind of been more or less in control of their own facilities and things have gone smoothly. That's good news. I'm happy to hear it. It's not perfect, but nothing really is, especially during these trying times. To throw it into some trade news, John Ross has officially made it official that he is requesting a trade from the Bengals. It's an interesting trade. The reason I bring it up is because I always saw him as a supreme talent with ridiculous speed, and I always felt he was underutilized in Cincinnati. Now, there are like rumors and rumblings that he didn't take it as seriously when he first got into the league, which led to all those soft tissue injuries. Now, I think both sides need a fresh start. I think the Bengals need to just kind of, move on from that. It didn't work out, and I think John Ross needs to move on from the Bengals so he could actually get his legs under him, a new environment. Hopefully a contender can sort of pick him up. I don't think he's going to be necessarily cheap, but because of his underutilization, he might be a bargain for a team that really thinks they could know how to use him. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I think it'll benefit the team and John Ross equally as much, which is why I think it's going to be a win-win. And it's one of those names out there that I was actually really excited to see that he's going to try to move out of Cincinnati. I mean, they're not bad. Joe Burrow's that guy, but he's clearly not a part of their future. So might as well ship him out now and get something for it. Makes total sense. I'm totally on board. Now, today's video is going to be more looking at playoff games or playoff games that have implications on seeding or if a team's going to make it or not. Next week, I'm going to have a video going out for the AFC and the NFC sort of playoff predictions, who's in, who's out, who's going to make that second half leap, who's going to make that second half fall. It's going to be interesting. Basically, these 6 matchups I'm about to lay out to you are going to have huge implications on how I view each team and where they're going to be and how it's going to end up. We're talking about the Saints and the Bears, the Steelers and the Ravens, the Colts and the Lions, the Rams and the Dolphins. That one's interesting because the Dolphins are 3-3. The Rams just beat the Bears, really handled up. Like the O-line of the Bears got handled by Aaron Donald and the boys. I just want to see Tua. The reason that team is interesting is because if Tua can go in there on his first NFL start, beat Aaron Donald and the Rams, and they're 4-3 in a division that's still wide open, although I don't think they'll necessarily win it, it's going to be very interesting to see if Tua can do it. I saw Herbert do it. I saw Joe Burrow do it. Those 2 quarterbacks really lighting it up in the NFL. So the pressure is kind of on Tua. I'm not saying he's Mitchell Trubisky, but it reminds me a lot of when Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, were lighting it up and Trubisky wasn't. So I want to see if Tua can sort of complete that trifecta or if he's going to be that quarterback that's kind of like, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't believe that'll be the case. I think he's going to ball out. I don't know if he'll beat the Rams, but that's another interesting matchup. And then, of course, you got Seattle and San Francisco, 2 teams that are really trying to put their foot on the gas in the division and in the NFC playoff race. It's a huge game because the Seahawks are right now 5-2 while the San Francisco 49ers are 4-3. So if the Niners pull out this victory, they're tied for first place, assuming that the Rams don't win. It's a huge weekend for the NFC West. And the thing that I'd be worried about a Seahawks fan is that the Niners have really handled their business in Seattle against the Seahawks. So it's going to be interesting to see if Russell Wilson can yet again pull out his magic and overcome the deficiencies on defense to put the Seahawks over the top and get another victory and really solidify them in the lead of the race for the NFC West. Very interesting to see. That whole division could make the playoffs, which is crazy to me. The other matchup is the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns, another one of those 3-3 versus 5-2 matchups because the Raiders are 3-3, but one of those victories came against the Kansas City Chiefs where they won a shootout. I specifically said that I don't think that would happen. I think that's the last way they would win that game, and that's what they did. So the Raiders are a very interesting team, and so are the Browns in the sense that they have a better record, but are they the better team? That I don't know. Because the Browns they got slapped by absolutely slapped by the Steelers. after they slapped the Cowboys, which isn't really a big thing this year. Kind of everybody does that. If you lose to the Cowboys, it's kind of sad. Atlanta. I think it's going to be a fantastic weekend to really keep your eyes peeled on how these matchups are going to play out. There's going to be some upsets and some kind of like, I saw that coming. It's really just going to set the landscape up for the second half of the season. There's a lot of teams there that can make and break their playoff chances with wins or losses. I mean, I'm excited. I can't even imagine. There's so many things that can go right and wrong from every fan's perspective. You know, if there's anything that you guys want me to cover in those playoff prediction videos, please let me know down in the comments. That will be coming again next week. But for now, enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy football. It's going to be a fantastic day. A lot of great football to be played. A lot of great matchups. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!